Alright guys, before we begin this video, I just want to clarify one thing. This video is solely on Red Star 4. It doesn't go into any other Red Star just simply because Red Star 4 is the best for credit earnings for every unit of Hydro you use. And you can keep running them over and over and over again relatively easily without running out too quickly. Alright, that's all I wanted to clarify. Leave me any questions in the comments and I hope you enjoy the video. Hello guys, welcome to this exciting video. In this one I'll be showing you what to do in RS4 and what you shouldn't do, because there's a lot of people who do stupid things in this game. Alright, well, for starters, let's go into an RS4. I'll fast forward this if it takes a while, but basic concept is, well, see my two battleships here. They have salvage and they have EMP. Alright? This is actually very important, not so much for EMP, actually, just more for salvage. You see how they only have, like, what, 1 HP? Each? Right. And my shields, also to take note, it's passive shields level 4. They actually have, like, 9,500 health each. Alright? Obviously, when you're in the lower levels of passive shield, this can be a bit of a pain in the ass, especially if you don't arrange your ships properly in terms of like how you route them toward a particular planet. But anyway, the reason why that's important is because instead of bringing them back, you'll actually have you just leave the ships in the RS. They'll just get teleported back and you don't have to waste the extra hydro. That's the main reason that is important, and that's why that module is also very good. Alright, so this particular instance or run is actually very, very good. So let's go for it. Now something else I want to point out. It's very important actually. Everything here is very important, guys. It's all completely 100% serious. You cannot mess this up. Anyway. So you see how ideally here I'm right next to a planet? That's always what you want to aim for. You want to go for a red star that actually has a planet in your immediate adjacent sectors. Anything farther than that, like if it's all the way over here, or it's all the way like this one over here, it's just not worth it. It's so much hydro. Your ships actually, especially your battleships, depending on what level they are, they use a lot of hydro to get over there. And if you have to go across the map to get artifacts, then it's just not worth it. It's literally a waste of hydro. Now, let's also put another circumstance here, which I see like 80% of the time, maybe 70. You have a player over here, and then they go all the way up here. This guy's ready to farm this planet. He's going for it and everything. But then the problem is, this guy's like farming it. Has what? Oh, it has 4 hearts. Wow, this is a really crappy run. I didn't realize that. I'll just clear this one as well. But anyway, so he has like, well, let's say assume 8, and he has like 12T or 12-ton transports, which means he could technically carry 3 of these in one transport. Anyway, in most cases it's just 8, and if he went over here, he would be, he would be already at like started and so forth, while you're still clearing something out of the way. Maybe it's this stupid ship that's in the way, or you have to clear this because you can't really go. Well, I guess you could if you really went over here, but anyway. You have to clear stuff. It takes you some time to get up there. Now the problem is, and I kind of agree with the player, unfortunately, even though it is a bit of a dick move, by the time you get up there, they'll likely already have all the artifacts on their transports. They just do. It's kind of how it works because, well, what do you call it? Yeah, it's like it's right next to them. It's really readily available, and it's like, especially if you do the way I do it. If you go through several runs of like going through one and then it's like crap, and then you abandon it, and then you go through another one and it's also crap and you abandon that one. It's like you can do this up to 5 times sometimes. Sometimes it just takes 1 or 2. But anyway, by the time you get up there with your transports ready to roll, that guy would have already gotten all the arts. Therefore, instead of getting any arts whatsoever, you got none. That's one big key difference here. And not to mention, it's like you're competing with the guy as well. You don't want to compete in this game, especially like RS. It's just a waste of time and a waste of hydro. You want to dominate. So what that means is, assuming that you have one planet right next to you, normally it'll be 8 arts. You just want to dominate that one section. If someone is like, for example, someone else was right next to me, even though that technically wouldn't be possible in this particular RS map, at least from my understanding. If they were right next to me, I would actually wait to see if they'll spawn. If they spawn, and it's within like, if they spawn, sorry, and they actually go for the planet, I won't go for it. I'll just literally abandon the entire thing, because ultimately, even if it does have 8 arts, it's just not worth it. The reason why is because if you're doing public, which is I do recommend, that's literally the one thing I will recommend, do public versus just doing private, unless you have a big corp that's running like the full 5 out of 5, I believe, for RS4. But if you don't have a full active corp that'll actually do that every single minute of every day, I recommend doing public, because you'll get 8 arts typically, not like this one. This one's actually a very bad example of that. You'll get 8 arts versus just the 4 or 5 that you'll normally get from a private. Alright, so that's something that is very different. So with that being in mind, if you just go, let's assume you do compete and there's 8 arts. You get 4, the other person gets 4, fine. Assuming you have 4 transports, by the way. Fine, anyway. You get the 4. The problem is you still wasted like extra hydro. You wasted hydro just by going for that, because simply speaking, you should be aiming for 8. You shouldn't be aiming for 4. You should always be aiming for 8 or 7. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt, but anyway, you should always be aiming for the most amount of arts you can get in one run with the least amount of hydro. That's basically what you should be aiming for every time you do one. And most people don't do that. They actually go literally across the map, and it can be quite irritating. And I mean, I've had to be a dick at some point, because it's like, dude, I went through like 4 scans to get this planet. I'm not letting you have it. I'm sorry. And then the guy has to go back, and he feels like disappointed, and I just feel bad. But anyway, that's literally the reason why, because I don't do it the way he does it. I don't go across the map to get a planet. Now, with that being said, assuming the planet is crap, you don't have any planets near you at all, like not right now adjacent to you. Sometimes I'll go for a planet this far, like I did in this round. But if they're not adjacent to you, then you simply, you just abandon it. You go straight to your home system, you click here, you click there, you abandon. I'm not going to do that now because I actually have arts, and that would be bad. And yeah, you just abandon it and try again. It's basically a lottery game, unfortunately. There's no real sound strategy that I can think of regarding that particular function of the game. It's just literally based on luck, but most of the time you'll actually find a decent system within 3 or 4 tries, or maybe even 5 at sometimes. But anyway, with that being said, it's pretty self-explanatory after you get that. It's like, oh, okay, just stick to that. And also, as you notice, my battleships are still alive. One has like 1,798 or whatever health shield points left, and they haven't been destroyed. They have salvage. Well, this is very important. As you can see, it'll take me an extra 303 hydro for each battleship to be returned to the system. Right now I have 15,000, which is a pretty crappy amount considering my cap, actually. But anyway, that's an extra 606 hydro I would have to pay in order to get back to the system, versus just leaving them there and letting them blow up and letting them be teleported back to the system for basically free. Obviously, there's a disadvantage to that, where it's like you only get 1 HP back for doing that. But at the same time, if it's not an issue for you to actually get to destroy Cerberus ships while you're in this setup, then it shouldn't be a problem. But anyway, that is a basic strategy there. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, just leave a thumbs up. If not, and it sucked, just leave a thumbs down. Put any questions in the comments section. And also, before I end this video, we're hiring, or rather recruiting, an Outland Industries. If you guys are interested in joining a corp, you can get in contact with me at TechCO in Discord, and we'll have you right in. The only catch is you have to have a minimum of 1,000 influence or be able to run Red Star 4s. And on top of that, we just want active people who will participate in White Stars, who are active and so forth. And yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a good one. Bye!